welcome back to another week of the Unfiltered Show. Dante, how you doing this week?
Well, not great. I mean, we all know what's going on. The Sixers have lost again at home. They're down 3-1. But on the bright side, the Eagles draft was amazing, and the Phillies have been winning. So I guess the Sixers losing isn't that bad. We expected it. Let's be real here.
You said the Sixers are going to win the series, so you still think that's the case?
Yeah,
or
no, I don't. I mean, I honestly, genuinely thought that after Game 3, I was like, oh, they got this in the bag. They look so great, and then, they kind of sold us. I mean, it's a tough situation. Sad, obviously, because Embiid's just getting older at this point. But we'll talk about that later. Other than that, though, I honestly am not bad at all. Can't complain. The weather outside is pretty beautiful. If you're in Philly today, it is currently the 29th of April, and it's hot. It's hot out there.
Very hot. Cool 89.
Cool 89. Humidity is really what gets you out there. Can't breathe. When you want a nice gust of wind, you never get it. But when you don't want a beautiful gust of wind, you're just getting slapped around. It's just insane. But no, I can't complain. Everything's been great. Back to working out today. Started working out again after a month of a little break to recover from my injuries. So doing good right now. How about you? How you feeling today, Vin?
Good. Back to more normal work this week.
Right.
It's hot out there.
Back from Japan
fully now, unfortunately.
Get back in your workout routine.
Yeah, I worked out today.
How's that water going? Is the real question.
No, it's better. I mean, it's good. I've done the appropriate amount of water since we got back.
100 ounces that we're supposed to be drinking.
And then worked out today. Ran all last week to kind of get back in just a little bit. And then working out good. Well, next week when we get everybody back, we'll try and add some resolutions again to start off May.
Yeah, we were gonna come back today with obviously like the Mulos resolutions, but we're gonna talk to the guys. They should be back hopefully this weekend to have the podcast for next week up and running. So we'll hopefully announce the May Mulo resolutions. We have a few ideas in mind, but you guys will hear about them soon. But for today, we're just going to stick to the normal sports. And then we're going to hit a little fun things today. Because last week it was all sports. So this week we want to make it a little more fun, more personable. So we'll start with the sports. We already started talking about the Sixers. So we can just continue on that.
Here we go. And Sixers, disappointing loss.
Yeah, I was about to say, man, I told you about how I feel. Let me know how you're feeling right now.
Disappointing loss on Sunday. Right? Was they played Sunday? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just lack of effort. It looked like they were hustling, I guess, at times, but like the Knicks got to the loose balls more. They out rebounded us so much. OG and Josh Hart, one of my athletes at work, he texted me. He's a Knicks fan, and he was like, "It's crazy." OG and Josh Hart had 31 rebounds combined. So, and I think Josh Hart had 19. So
I'm pretty sure Josh Hart's 6'3", 6'5".
Barely.
Okay.
And I think Josh Hart had 2 points, but he made a difference still in the game with 19 boards. And they had possessions where they had 3 offensive boards at a time, and every time they did, they got to the line or made a 3. And Brunson had the game of his life, and he's good. And I mean, we already knew how good he was, and he just beat us down. And then honestly, that's one of the games that I think kind of I put on Nick Nurse a little bit with the lineups he was using in the fourth and whatever we were doing. I mean, we're getting out rebounded. Put Paul Reed in. Put Bamba in. I mean, all right, whatever. You say you don't want to play Bamba. Sure. Put Batum in. As bad as Tobias is, put him in over Kyle Lowry. Like, Maxey should be the only guard on the floor at that point.
If we're hi, Kelly.
You're in it.
At 6 foot, Kyle Lowry. I mean, Kyle Lowry's been having a pretty solid series, in my opinion. I'm not expecting him to go out there and drop 30, but he's hustling. He's working hard. He's getting some loose balls. There's nothing against Kyle Lowry. I think he's had a great series. It's just like when you're getting out rebounded every single game, especially on the offensive boards, I feel like at a certain point, as the coach being Nick Nurse, you should really step in and be like, you know what? maybe there's time to make a change. Maybe we change the lineup a little bit. Maybe we throw in the bigger guys. Hell, even put Paul Reed to start over Kyle Lowry. Just start with a huge lineup. Do like Maxey, Oubre, Harris, Paul Reed, and Tobias, and not Tobias, and Embiid. Just have this huge lineup. Go out there and out rebound this team. But like, I don't know. I feel like we're saying this, but like, how don't they see it? They're getting paid the big bucks. At the end of the day, it comes down to one thing for me, and one of the greatest movie quotes ever heard: heart, miles and miles of heart. And honestly, we just don't have it. And if you don't know that movie, go watch it. I'm not even going to say the name of the movie. Go figure it out. Yeah, it's just when you, like, at the end of the day, you see people like head down, hands like on your knees, not really hustling, not really involved, not in the game. Like fourth quarter, people are just like looking around, like what's, you're down by 3 and there's rebounds up and everybody's looking at the ball. It's just at a certain point, it just comes down to wanting to win and having heart to win. And I just feel like we don't have it right now, which sucks. Nothing against the Knicks. Honestly, they've played a great series. They're outworking us, out hustling us. Jalen Brunson's putting on a show out there. I mean, God bless the kid. He is cooking out there. The Mavericks right now got to be sick letting him go. I mean, I know they have Kyrie, but like Brunson's what, 5 years younger than Kyrie. I mean, like having Brunson develop into this player with Luka would have been crazy. Josh Hart's playing out of his mind. Dante DiVincenzo out of his mind. I mean, the list goes on and on. Can't complain. I mean, the Knicks look great right now. At this rate, you can see why they're the 2 seed, and you can see why they could easily make a push for the conference finals. I mean, who are they versus next round? The Knicks.
We'll get the Pacers or the Bucks. Probably the Pacers with all the injuries and everything.
Cook. I mean, like, no. Name one person on the Pacers who's.
And the Pacers are playing very well.
No,
granted, they're playing against an injured Bucks team, but maybe they stay hot because they are hot. Miles Turner's playing the series of his life. Granted, there's no one guarding him. No, I mean, I guess Brook Lopez is guarding him. Brook Lopez is defensive player of the year candidate. So
multiple, and he won before.
Granted, they don't, when they switch off and things like that, he just can beat everyone down because Bobby Portis got thrown out Sunday. Giannis hasn't played, and I mean Middleton can't guard him. Yeah, I mean, but even if they don't have a big man on, he's making 7 for 9 from the 3.
Yeah, he's
playing really well.
It's not that I'm putting the Pacers out of it. I just look at the Knicks right now. Look at them on the ground. Look at them bodying people down low. I don't see anybody that's really in the East right now, other than like the Celtics, I guess, competing with the Knicks and their hustle and their heart and their. I mean, they just know what to do. They know what to do right now. They look like they know they're playing. They know how to play basketball right now. Like, and I feel like every other team in the East does not. I mean, I've watched a few games here and there, but no one looks like the Knicks right now. So, I mean, Knicks look like serious contenders. I mean, and shout out to the Knicks fans. I mean, they stepped up. They came to the games. They supported their teams. Run Nimbus, run. Just. I mean, I'm not mad at like in the playoffs, everybody's heated. It's a hot moment. People are fighting. People are getting pushed. Everybody's talking all this shit on Embiid. Embiid's not a dirty player. Embiid, like you said, he's been hurt so many times and he's fallen. He's gotten hurt because he's trying to save other people. At a certain point, you just got to put your own health in your own hands. And,
he's playing 40 minutes because our depth is bad, and that's a Sixers organization issue.
Didn't we trade for that free agency?
Supposedly. I mean, next year.
Yeah.
We have lots of money next year. So we'll see. If they don't do something next year, that's ridiculous. But
if they don't do something next year, I feel like we should just trade Embiid. Just let him go win somewhere else. Don't let him suffer here.
I mean, like, I understand, like, they can't play Paul Reed. There's no backup. That's not Embiid's fault. He's playing 45 minutes. He's getting killed. He had no rest in the fourth quarter. I mean,
or the third.
Granted, obviously, when he's on the bench, we're getting killed. So he couldn't even go to the bench. I know people are mad. Like, he didn't score on the fourth. I mean, like, as much as he's exhausted, we're not running plays to him. Whatever we're doing, he's not getting the ball. So, like, we're not running plays through him. We got Tobias taking shots. We got
Kyle Lowry.
And if anything, if Embiid's going to decoy, great. But, screen and roll off Maxey, kick it out, hit Oubre on the corner. And we were hitting our shot. Oubre played it well, I think. You think he had almost 15 something points, whatever.
I really don't think anybody really played horrible on Sunday. I just feel like we just got out rebounded.
We did. We got out. They had more chances than us. And then we got people like Miles McBride hitting threes. He's out rebounding people. I mean, like, Precious Achua is 6'4", guarding Embiid, and we're not giving him the ball. He's not posting up for some reason. it's we'll see.
I feel like that I feel like Sunday's game is absolutely on the coaches. Again, they have had a rough season because of all the injuries and all, but Sunday's game feels like a coach's fault. Like, I mean, we missed shots, we missed a lot of open shots, but like that's basketball. You're not going to hit every shot. At the end of the day, I feel like the coaches may have messed that one up, or messed that one up. Excuse me. But you can't dwell on the past. I mean, 3-1 series. Can we come back? Sure. Do I see it happening? Not really.
And I know people are probably mad that Embiid said stuff about like the fans.
We didn't show up.
But I mean, the fans didn't show up. But at the end of the day, I think it's still on the organization. Like they're not giving them a reason to show up. Like
for sure.
And also, I swear there's times where you like don't sell tickets to the opposing teams, and why you can tell like where people are buying tickets from. So don't put out so many public tickets to Knicks fans.
Yeah,
I mean the Knicks, they have something to be excited about. I mean, they're really good. So I mean, they showed up, and we were not in that. We were in that game. They were going crazy, the Sixers fans, and then we blew it. So what are they going to cheer about? You can't do anything. I hear them booing when Tobias is taking shots and stuff like that. So
yeah, I mean, obviously Sixers or Philly fans are rough. We are rough around the edges, but like at the end of the day, we just want to everybody like show heart, play like to win. And I feel like the Sixers didn't show that, and including the coaching staff. Like, so at the end of the day, I understand where Joel Embiid's coming from. The Sixers fans should have filled up the courts, but like you didn't lose because you got booed by the Knicks. The Knicks fans were screaming that in New York, and you were playing fine. So I don't really want to hear that you would be lost because there were too many Knicks fans. Like at the end of the day,
I mean, we lost one. Brunson made 8 shots in the first 2 games, and we lost both those games. So, I mean, when he makes 15, 17, 20 shots in the next games, technically they could have won game 3. He was killing it. And we're not going to... You should have won the games where you shut him out. And then, great, he scores 50, but you can't let other people score them.
Yeah.
And then you had Miles McBride scoring 12, 14 points. Precious had more than he should have. I don't even know how many it was.
He had like 6 rebounds.
And you get Hartenstein in foul trouble early, and you don't go at him. They don't have a backup, and then you don't go at Precious for whatever reason.
Yep.
And then like tomorrow or whenever the next game is, but I guess this won't be out in time anyway. But for game 5, someone's out. I think Hartenstein's out. No, Hartenstein's out. Bogdanovich is out, and Mitchell Robinson is questionable. Embiid's questionable, but obviously he's going to play. But if they get to game 7 somehow, you think they win the series in New York or no?
No. Obviously,
at that point, you have 2 games of momentum, but
I don't think so. Only because I just feel like I said, and a per example of it was yesterday. By the 4th quarter, Embiid was gassed because he had to play 40 minutes. Like, if we have no one that can come in for Embiid and just hold it down so that we don't go back down by 15 when he's out, we just have no shot because listen, Embiid's doing everything he can, but like the man's tired. Like he has one knee and it's going to be hard for him to do anything. But yeah, so we were talking about the Sixers. I'll put in a little bleep right there. We had a slight intermission. But yeah, again, we're not going to harp on the Sixers for too long. Do I think they're going to, if they get to game 4, they're going to win, or game 7, excuse me, they're going to win? Probably not. I think Embiid's too burnt out at this point. Unless someone else surprisingly steps up and just starts scoring 25 a game, I really just don't think we have a chance, sadly. And again, it was that kind of year for us. Time to just pack it up and prepare for next year, I guess. Then do you have anything else you want to harp on about the Sixers, or should we just move on?
No, we can move on. So obviously the Flyers, we don't have much to talk about. Yeah. Then the Phillies doing well. They're tied for the most wins in the majors with 19, with the Braves, the Yankees, and the Guardians.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're doing well. That's our most wins ever in April. Tied for our most wins ever in April. So
we have to win one more.
So if we win on Monday or Tuesday, by the time this comes out, we might have our most wins in April. But yeah, they're doing really well. Bohm is 2nd in the league in batting average.
Isn't Bohm like NL like MVP like front runner right now?
He's up there. I think Mookie or Shohei are still pretty high, but Bohm's up there with average. He's 2nd in RBIs behind Ozuna.
I think he's
Uh,
second in home runs too, isn't he?
no,
No, he has
because
like.
Trout has 10.
Oh, does he? Oh,
And then there's
I,
people with like 8 and 7, but he might be he's like second on team. Him and Bryce have 6, I think. Schwarber has 7. Turner's still batting pretty high.
I think he's batting like 340 still.
Rojas has gone had a nice ground rule double, I think yesterday or Sunday. Taiwan Walker came back. He was good. They probably should have taken him out 1 inning earlier, but still got the win.
I
Stott came alive on Sunday, hit a couple home runs, a steal.
Thank God.
So he looked fine. Nick, as bad as been batting, he's been playing the field pretty well.
I was actually just
Made some nice
about
catches.
that was my question for Vincent. Obviously, the Phillies have been playing very well. I mean, like they're currently one of the best teams in the league, and you could tell like they started off slow, but they're really hitting it hard now. Except for one player on the Phillies, and that is Nick Castellanos. He is batting, I think, a whopping 177 last time I saw. What do you think? What do you, Vin? What if you're the manager? What do you do in this position? I see people saying that we should bench him. I see people saying that we should just ride it out because we paid him all this money. Like it's not a Tobias Harris situation, clearly. What are you feeling about the whole Nick Castellanos error?
I mean, he's obviously not hitting really well. The last couple games he has been drawing better at bats, better walks. Got on base, scored a couple runs when Stott hit his homers the other night, just because he worked 0-2 counts to walks. He's working better counts. He's not swinging at everything. His fielding is still fine. I mean, obviously it's not great, but I mean he's batting 7th and 8th at this point, so 180 is not killing you. I think he figures it out. He is a veteran guy. I mean, he's get up there hopefully in the 200s eventually, and just get more just general hits. Turn the lineup over more. That's the biggest thing. Even if he's not hitting home runs, whatever, it's fine. Hopefully he gets there. We'll see. I mean, I think at this point you ride it out a little bit.
I was gonna say
it's only April. I mean, people sometimes slow start. Even though last year he started hot, so it doesn't make any sense truly.
How long do you give him until so for instance, trade deadline comes. The Phillies are still the best team in the league. You thinking maybe anybody's out there for right field? You throwing your hat in the bag? Like you going all in or?
I mean, I think they're going to be all kind of in like they have been. Although I guess every trade deadline they don't make huge trades. It seems. I guess the biggest trades we made was a couple years ago with Marsh. We got Marsh and Syndergaard at the time. We needed a spot pitcher for this. Finally, for this year, I don't think we're going to need a pitcher. So we're out there looking for batters now, especially now that they have obviously the top 3 with Wheeler, Nola, Suarez. Then Sanchez is pitching really well, and you got Turnbull is pitching really well when you need the spot. And then Walker, I mean, is bad. Even though he had a bad 1 inning yesterday, he first game back still pretty good. I mean, gets the win. Padres are a good lineup too, of course. And I mean, he held them to 3 until that 3-run home run. So he got 6 starters finally. We got last year. We were just fighting to have 3, even though Sanchez was good last year. Yeah. But Ranger was off at the beginning of the year. He was hurt. Sanchez was new. We didn't know what he had with him. So bullpen looks really solid. So maybe this year, we look for a bat finally. Maybe some bullpen. I mean, yeah, if Trout ever leaves, but I doubt it. But who else? I mean, I don't think they're going to take Nick out of the lineup. Rob seems like he sticks to his lineups no matter what, which can be good and bad, obviously, as we've seen in the playoffs. And when the bats go cold, they're very cold. Even Bryce isn't hitting that great right now, but
I mean, he's still only batting
he's batting 240.
Yeah, I'm about to say he's not
245.
He's up,
but he'll get hot. I mean, he always does. He's not used to playing in April for the last 3 years, so overall, I think they're going to be fine. I mean, obviously, we're way far from the trade deadline, so we're not.
Yeah, no, I was just doing some bold prediction, random guessing. Maybe you never know. But yeah, Phillies, it's early, but we're looking great, and then can't really complain. And then finally, we're going to recap just because the Eagles, the draft just happened. We're just going to recap and talk about how we feel about the overall draft of the Eagles. And personally, I'm going to start off with I think we had the best draft.
Yeah, so obviously we talked about who we wanted, things like that. It seemed like I was talking to Gabe last week, and then he was because he listens and watches, and he was saying
Hi, Gabe.
he said you basically was your perfect draft that you wanted a lot of defense.
Yep.
So with the draft, we'll recap for anyone that maybe didn't watch the draft.
Well, you name them, then we'll just be like,
Yeah. So we re-signed AJ Brown, obviously 3-year contract the night of the draft, 3-year extension. I mean, so good. Then we got Mitchell, cornerback from Toledo.
who was the number 1 ranked cornerback.
Basically, a lot of people were between like him and Teron Arnold from Alabama, but
I mean,
it was a toss up.
Yeah,
probably.
I was gonna say he's definitely going to be a great corner in the league too. I don't doubt that. Who drafted him?
Arnold went to the Colts, maybe. I'll tell you in a second. But I mean,
Mitchell was 1 or 2. Like they were both very, very high.
Arnold went to the Lions.
Oh wow, yeah, like that's a great pick. Like I think both of those corners could easily be like the best of the draft. So with Mitchell, what a steal at 22.
I mean, Howie didn't have to trade up, didn't have to do anything that we usually expect him to do, and we got Mitchell. I read somewhere that supposedly he's going to start already over Bradbury. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if it was a real account. I just kind of saw it in passing, but we'll check in on that.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If it was up to me, depending on how well Mitchell does in preseason, I wouldn't mind like a Slay, Mitchell, and then Bradbury at the slot. Like
Bradbury just gets killed in the slot, but we'll see. I mean,
or you could put Slay. You could put Slay in the slot. We know Slay in the slot's pretty nasty. Or just have him follow your number 1. Like there's so many options. I mean, imagine putting Mitchell in the slot. Oh my god.
I mean, we're definitely gonna. Our secondary did get a lot stronger for sure. Well, yeah. Then we made a lot of trades arounds and all that, and we got Cooper DeJean,
which is another corner.
He changed his name to DeJean already. So
did he actually?
No, he was in an interview and they were like, you know what John is, and he was like, yeah, and he was like, well, that's your new name now, DeJean. We have obviously the whitest safeties in the league now.
Is he gonna play safety?
They listed him as defensive back already, so that means he's gonna. But he's not. They're not putting him as a cornerback. He'll be a safety or some kind of linebacker or.
Oh, he's that big.
He's pretty. He's like 6'3", I think.
Oh my god.
He's bigger than
Reed.
CJ.
Oh well, yeah. Well, CJ is gonna be playing that middle linebacker.
6'1", 207.
That's a big corner.
So they got him. They're gonna have him at probably a little bit. They'll probably mix it up. A little bit of safety, a little bit of linebacker, nickel corner,
like that.
And then CJ. I mean, it gives us versatility at least, especially with if CJ is going to come back and play like he did. At the end of the last season with the CJ is 5'11", 207. So
I don't mind that. Let CJ run around trying to intercept the ball while Cooper and Reed just try and kill everybody with hits. I love that. So yeah, great.
So I mean, you wanted him in the first round. We got him
in the second,
very late. So there's nothing in there.
NIMBY.
So then we traded other picks, random picks. Then we got I don't want to, if I mispronounce his name, I apologize. Jalix Hunt.
Oh, the edge rusher,
edge outside linebacker. Looked really good from what some of the tape I saw. He's he obviously was from a smaller school and everything, but I mean, Howie knows what they're doing. And it's a good depth pick for sure. He's not going to start immediately, probably, but I mean, he might get some snaps. We don't. Our edge people are who now? What? Huff and
Sweat.
So he'll get in there a little bit.
I mean, also just never hurts to have an extra edge rusher on the. When someone gets winded, never hurts to have someone who just go in there and just run his ass off.
I mean, with the Eagles, I mean, you gotta have some extra linebackers always. Then we got Will Shipley, Clemson running back, another white guy. He was a
running back. Yeah,
former 5-star high school guy. He was hurt last year, but he does have a lot of tools. People are jokingly saying he has some CMC qualities. So
we have Saquon Barkley and young.
But he has good return stuff. So does Cooper. Actually, Cooper's a pretty good returner too.
He is.
But obviously Covey was really good, so I would leave Covey out there. But maybe for the kick return,
Oh yeah, so Covey's not getting killed. But the kick return is new this year.
Yeah, it is. So, and then we got Aeneas Smith, receiver. Just a 5th round pick. I mean, he was just another guy out there.
We need depth of receivers.
Need depth of receiver.
Never hurts to get a rookie receiver, young contract. You never know. Yeah, honestly, he could come out and be Victor Cruz.
Yeah, I mean special teams too. Obviously, need people out there. Hands team, all that. So hopefully good. And then everyone's favorite pick late in the 5th round, we trade up and we get Trotter Jr.
Huge.
Axeman. Probably gonna wear his dad's old number.
I hope.
But
I'm so excited.
Obviously, he fell for whatever reason because of his combine numbers. I think were just not as high as other people. I think he might have had injuries in the past. But otherwise, I mean, like
he is undersized, but
definitely undersized.
Size don't mean nothing. I don't care what nobody says to y'all. Size don't mean shit.
Well, I mean, we have undersized linebackers for sure with him and N'Kobe.
Yeah, N'Kobe Dean. I was thinking the same thing.
I mean, speed linebackers, if they tackle,
and they both hit.
They can cover, just cover like running backs. Even tight ends, you're not going to be able to cover as great.
What was the one game N'Kobe Dean came in? I'll never forget it. It was the 4th quarter, right?
It was the Colts like 2 years ago and had like 8 tackles. He led the team in tackles.
10 tackles.
Yeah.
He had 10 tackles in the 4th quarter because we were winning by so much and they were like, throw him in. He had 10. He led the team in tackles in the 4th quarter. He only played. And I was like, that was the craziest stat I've ever seen. So they definitely can tackle. So I'm not worried about them tackling. I mean, they are a little small. Like the ball might get thrown over their head, but like if you're running.
That's why we got CJ and Cooper back there now in the linebacker. So it's going to be good, I think.
Sir.
Definitely a hot pick. Hopefully not too much. He doesn't feel too much pressure for being a legacy with the Eagles, but it'll be fine.
Just come in and ball out, Jeremiah.
Since he was a child, so. Then they picked Trevor Keegan. He was the Michigan guard. He started all 4 years. He was pretty good. I mean,
nice.
So he's not going to start obviously, but I mean he learned behind
Landon Dickerson,
and then learned from Stout. Then we got Johnny Wilson from Texas A&M receiver. People like him a lot. He's a big guy.
Yeah. Again, we need receivers because I think the only receivers we have right now, other than the 2 rookies now. Were AJ Brown, Devonta, and who was our third receiver?
Texas A&M. I meant Florida State, but he's 6'7", 240. So big guy.
Pause. We drafted
a tall receiver. He is older. He's 23, but
who cares? He is 6'6",
230. They're saying.
If you don't just throw him that ball, yeah. Who's our third receiver right now?
But I mean, in 2022, he had 43 catches, 900 yards, 5 touchdowns. Our third receiver. It's nobody.
We have AJ Brown, Devonta, and
then Paris Campbell.
That's who it is. Thank you.
Paris Campbell.
And now we have the 2
Devontae
rookies.
Parker.
Oh, him. Forgot about him too.
Britton Covey.
He's not a receiver.
So yeah,
he'll
die out there. Britton Covey.
He is a return specialist.
And then we got Dylan McMahon, guard center. There's another backup for Juergens and Dickerson, but you need the depth at
defensive
offensive line
and defense, offense and defensive line.
And then we had a big signing today, which is Monday. We got Mekhi Becton.
Yes,
25-year-old tackle from the Jets. I don't know why they released him, honestly.
Also, how we got him on a year deal.
I mean, I think he might have had some like injury issues, but I saw some tape of him, and he's the reason Derek Barnett is not playing much anymore. He killed him. He had right kneecap surgery, missed the entire 2022 season. And then he missed 4 to 6 weeks in 2021. He's been injury prone, but maybe under Stout, behind Lane, learn a lot. Then in a few years, maybe if Lane retires or whatever, it's your right tackle of the future. So
I love it.
Can't be mad about that for sure.
So that's a huge signing for the Eagles. I mean, honestly, this offseason for the Eagles has been an A overall grade, A for sure. There's nothing that they could have done that I like. I guess the only other thing they could have done was sign him to third receiver. But like, I'm not gonna really count Paris Campbell out. He's a fast receiver. He can catch the ball. So I'll wait to see his tape on the season before I start judging him. But overall, just an A overall offseason for the Eagles. Have nothing to complain about. I'm very excited to watch them get back.
And Becton played all 16 games last year, so I don't know. Had 3 holds, 8 false starts. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe he just wanted too much money from them, and then he saw us and was like, "Oh, contenders."
Let's He's 25, so can't. Not a bad pickup for sure.
Not bad at all.
But that's it for the Eagles, really.
And that's it for sports today. We didn't want to go harp on too much sports, obviously, after last week was all sports. So now we're gonna get into the fun stuff. We're gonna start off with the Reddit post, or you want to start off with?
Yeah, we started with Reddit, that may be a little longer.
So Vincent found.
So I searched through some Ask Reddit, and I came across a cool one. We obviously like food and beverages. So I looked up a question, and it was, what's a popular food or beverage that people swear by, but you can't stand it?
And I had
Dante has a couple before we even get into what these people have to say. Let's say we got Dante.
My first one off the rip is people love avocados. I'm starting here, Vin. I know we talked about it today. I'm starting it with avocados. Personally, avocados.
You don't like superfruit?
Listen, avocados are good. I'm not denying avocados are good. It's a good food. You know, makes great guacamole. Obviously, like it's got its perks. But people really be like, you know, they be really deep throating that avocado stuff, and I think it's
they put it on everything,
bro. Like toast, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Listen. If you're eating avocado with a spoon, you need help. I'm just letting you know right now.
You've never be eating it out of its shell. Is it called a shell for an avocado? Skin?
I would call it skin, to be honest. I could be wrong. But here's what really threw me, and Olivia knows already what I'm going to say. If she's listening to this or watching this at this point, this is all your fault. So Liv recently told me why some people really love avocados. Do you know why I'm about to say what I'm about to say, Vin?
I assume if it doesn't have to do with being a super fruit, I don't truly know.
Okay, so
I'm hoping it's not something dirty.
Oh, it's absolutely something dirty. Olivia said to me recently that supposedly the reason people love avocados so much because it tastes like penis. And I don't know that, and I'm never going to find out. But it's just a point that that's the reason she said people love avocados. Apparently there's this thing going around saying that's why avocados
What's their source? TikTok?
Yeah, of course.
That's unfortunate.
And she said to me, she was like, yeah, people apparently love avocados because it tastes like that. And I was like, okay. I never needed to know that, and I'm never gonna want to know that again. And I didn't like avocados to begin with that much, and now I, you know, just it was a weird fact that I didn't need to know. So if that's true and that's why you're eating them, you're sick. If you're eating them because they're healthy, then like cool. But like, I mean, they're not all of that. Like they're good, but like I'm not like putting it on everything.
Avocado's decent. I mean, I don't hate it.
On a scale from 1 to 10, what's an avocado?
It's like in fruit or just food.
Food.
Nah, I mean like. I could live without it.
Okay, that's all. That's all.
It's a 5. It's like a 5. Yeah.
You don't love it, but if
it's on it, I'm good. Guac's good. You know, I'm not making my toasted avocado every day. I'm not. But it's good.
If it was available, you're eating it. But if it's not there, you're not gonna die.
Well, usually it costs extra. So if it costs extra, I'm not eating it.
I see, and that's the answer I needed, Vin. Because if I would not go to Chipotle and ask for guac on my bowl because it's an extra $1.25, because I just don't even like guac that much.
Now you gotta go to Qdoba. It's free. Actually, I'm not sure if it's free anymore. Most of the sauces at Qdoba are free.
Overall, I think avocado is my number one food that people really like slurp, and it's just not that good. I'm sorry. It's just it's an honest opinion. I'm sorry. If you don't agree with it, that's your problem.
You got another
one is root beer. Ass.
Do you think people obsess about root beer that much though?
Orange soda.
You think that too? You think people obsess about it?
Yeah, Olivia is absolutely one of them. You're watching. I know you love orange soda. There's definitely people out there that love orange soda, root beer, and it's ass. Like it's not worth it.
I used to like root beer.
Never.
But
I think it's overrated.
Now it has a weird flavor. Orange soda is terrible. Anything orange flavored is disgusting.
See, I don't agree with that.
Orange soda?
Orange soda's ass.
What orange flavored thing do you like?
Starburst.
All right. Other than that. We're not eating like orange zest cream, like orange creamsicle or whatever the hell.
No, orange creamsicle is
disgusting.
Yeah, no, horrible. Yeah, if you like orange flavor, like orange soda or like root beer, even cream soda, I said to Vincent, they're good. Like, don't get me wrong, I'll have it, but I'm not like, oh, I need it. Like, no, I'm not. I don't need it at all. And what's another? There's another one I really recently. Someone said, oh, I think it was Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper, I used to drink a long time ago, and I don't drink it. Now I think it tastes It's very okay.
We like Dr. Pepper.
It's not a top.
You like Dr. Pepper. You would drink it. Like if it was available.
I don't even know the last time I drank a Dr. Pepper.
I can't either.
I don't really order soda, so that's the big issue.
I had a sip of one out of a bottle recently, and I would like, and if people were really like, I've seen it on TikTok too. That's why I'm bringing it up, because I saw people were saying like, oh, Dr. Pepper's like the best soda, this and that, and I was like, no shot. Dr. Pepper is not even top 5.
You like a very crisp ginger ale.
Absolutely, ginger ale is number 1 soda.
Razor sharp.
If you're not drinking ginger ale as your number 1 soda, I don't know what you're drinking.
Which brand?
Canada Dry.
Not,
for sure.
Not Schweppes.
No.
What's the other one?
Seagram's.
Seagram's is pretty good though.
Seagram's is good. Seagram's is very gingery.
Yeah, Seagram's has the flavors too, I think. Is right? Seagram's has like green tea ginger ale. Good. It's good. Green tea ginger ale. You gotta find it.
I'm gonna go find that for us, guys. Don't worry. I need that. But yeah, like for me, ginger ale, number 1, Sprite, number 2, Pepsi, number 3, 4's Coke, and then 5's
Dr. Pepper.
5's Dr. Pepper.
I guess. I can't think of another soda.
I can't.
You like Fanta?
Grape.
I mean, I don't drink any of them.
Grape Fanta, yeah.
Well, that's a soda. What's
But I wouldn't drink Fanta over
Nestle. It's not really a soda. Iced tea. I feel like iced tea sodas aren't really iced teas. Aren't really sodas.
I wouldn't drink a Fanta over a Dr. Pepper for sure. But definitely well, if like we're going like I could get more specific. I could be like a vanilla Pepsi or some stuff. But like I was doing like general like basic like ginger ale.
You don't mess with Mountain Dew.
No.
Or 7-Up.
7-Up's technically is to me is like Sprite. I mean, technically
Sierra Mist or Starry now.
Starry's hit. I love a Starry, and I do love a 7-Up, and I do love a Sierra Mist. Anything lemon lime is for me for sure. Those would be my top 5, but like that's just boring because it's a Sprite.
All right, I'll give you some of these things. This first one fits right in. This was one of the top ones that people obviously like up chart whatever. They said kombucha. Everyone says it's so healthy, but it tastes like fizzy vinegar to me, and I can't handle it. Kombucha, I think I've drank it like one time. Do you know what kombucha is?
I absolutely do. Kyle drinks it.
You're basically just drinking bacteria.
Yeah, Kyle drinks it like once a week.
Yeah, I heard it's good for you, but it definitely is disgusting.
I'm not gonna lie. Tastes like ass. Like it's not good. Not worth it. Not worth the health, honestly.
Then the next one, right? It still drinks. Well, I guess it's not necessarily drinks, but its most popular thing is a drink. You think you know what it is? It's related to a season. It always comes out in this season.
If you say pumpkin spice,
anything, they all taste like I'm drinking / eating a candle. Someone said. If
you're drinking or eating pumpkin spice anything, you're basic. That's it. Just know that. Just enjoy it, but you're basic, and it's not good either. It's trash.
I think it's not great.
Horrible.
I've had like ones that I'm like, oh yeah, that is. I can see why people like it. It's decent, but I don't like. I don't like cinnamon like that. Like if you can cinnamon in your face like that.
I don't want to taste autumn. I want to smell it. I don't want to taste it though.
Then someone said anything lavender. If I wanted lavender, I just spray Glade in my mouth. So I don't know if you've ever had like a lavender like ice cream or cookies. I mean, they have lavender like flavored things. Lavender tea. I feel like lavender tea is fine.
I about to say I think I've had lavender ice cream from the Polar one on.
I know what you're talking about.
The whatever ice cream shop that's on Passyunk. I've had their lavender ice cream, I think.
Lavender's not, I mean,
I like
there's not that many things with lavender to be like, oh yeah, lavender.
Yeah, I think
it's all right.
I think that one's a reach for sure. Reach.
This one's a little broad. It says anything with fake sugar. Stevia. I had a hard cider that other day that tasted terrible. I don't know what ciders are drinking with stevia in it. First of all, that's nuts. I don't think most ciders don't have Splenda and shit in it. I don't think. Yeah. But I mean, I could see with like Diet Coke or whatever, you can taste it. They just don't taste great.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that's another reach. I'm not really like drinking that kind of stuff like that. So
I guess they're saying that people like are obsessed with fake sugar things because it's not sugary.
Fair.
But I guess I don't know.
In my opinion,
I don't eat most fake sugar things, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like that one's a reach for me, but you know.
Next person said licorice. I don't think people are obsessed with licorice that much. I feel like that's a
If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
that's a bottom candy,
For sure.
probably.
I mean, not for me, but like I can understand why people don't like it.
Someone said energy drinks like Red Bull and Monster. People are obsessed with energy drinks. The Celsius.
Yeah, overrated.
What else we got? Bangs, Monster, Red Bull, Rain, Nas. What else is there?
There's a V8 energy drink.
I don't like them. All right, this one I can't get with this next one. Matcha lattes. They look cool on Instagram, but taste like I'm drinking a cup of grass. I think you just if you're getting matcha, that's the point. You're supposed to be tasting. It's supposed to be like bittery matcha powder taste and all that. So, especially, I mean, I guess I'm biased now. Obviously, I was in Japan, so I tasted real premium super matcha. I like it.
I'm gonna go based off of what he just said. If you're not getting it from the right place, it's like if you're getting like I know people who get matcha from Dunkin' Donuts.
The matcha from Dunkin' Donuts actually is not like that bad.
Exactly.
It's worse places with it.
Exactly.
I mean, it's honestly, sometimes it's better than Starbucks.
I was about to say that just made my whole point better because I was about to say the same thing. He didn't even know I was going to say that. Like this isn't planned.
I figured.
Dunkin' Donuts matcha is actually pretty solid. So
for a cheap thing of matcha, that's what you're getting. It's decent. It's not the worst thing I ever put in my mouth.
Oh, for sure. I love it. I mean, I would drink it. I've had this
next one's a bad one. Take two. McDonald's tastes okay, but I can't stand how I feel after I eat it. I mean, like, you know what you're getting. So people are like McDonald's because like how cheap it is, and it's for how cheap it is, it's good. You know, like you order the right stuff. Don't go and order like
don't get the
Big
fish
Mac
fillet.
Don't get the McRib.
Don't get the fish fillet at McDonald's.
If you're going there getting the fries, nuggets, that's pretty solid. You're good.
You know what you're doing.
You know what you're getting.
Yeah,
I'm fine. You're fine after.
I'm not going to McDonald's to get the salad.
So even the salad hits hard, probably.
I mean, most likely.
I'll do a couple more.
I'm about to say, today we're gonna do the Reddit one, and then we'll save we were gonna do quizzes as well, but
we could do one quiz.
We'll try and. Oh yeah, you have one quiz, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll do the one quiz because we don't want to keep us going for too long. But we'll do one quiz after this other Reddit post he had, and then we'll call it a show. So what do you got for us, Ben?
I got two pretty good ones.
All right.
This one, celery. ... Harry water. I mean, like, it's just celery.
It tastes like water.
I don't think people are obsessed with celery like this person thinks. It only got 79 likes, so it's celery. Put peanut butter on it and eat it, or eat it like it is. You can pretty much avoid it. I don't think people are obsessed with it, honestly.
If you're messing up ants on a log, honestly, if you're not obsessed with ants on a log, I don't know what you are obsessed with. You're probably the one that's drinking like the root beer.
And then last one. It's an interesting one, honestly. People definitely are obsessed with this one. It's IPAs. People do be hype about IPAs. I do think that actually, like, there are good ones, but I feel like you gotta really search to find a good one. So I understand why they're a little bit overrated at times. I feel like sometimes you're getting IPAs, and which obviously you can see that, like, if an IPA is like too strong, it says it right there, like, oh yeah, it's
very IPA,
very hoppy, or whatever it is. So I understand a little bit that they're overrated and people are obsessed with them, but yeah.
I was gonna agree with you on that one. I feel like if you're buying IPAs, like I know Vincent is a fan of certain IPAs, but he only buys the ones that he knows like he might like. Like he buys like a version of like one that's really hoppy or one that's not really hoppy. Like he knows what he's looking for. So like you're just getting into it. I mean, it's definitely something you have to like try out to like see if you actually enjoy it, but like don't go in there expecting that everyone's just going to be great. Like, don't overhype it. Like, if someone's not in, like, I'm personally not into the hoppy beers. So if you're drinking IPAs, it's going to be very hoppy. You need to be ready for that. And if you're not, then don't talk to somebody like, for instance, like I want to ask Vincent, like, yo, Vin, what's like a IPA that's really hoppy? Because he'll be like, no, I'm not going to give you that because you're not going to like it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think people definitely are obsessed with them, and I think there's a reason, but they know what they're talking about. I go in and I do the mix and match and pick 6 that I want to try, and then I'll find out later.
Very good. Yeah. So that was a really good list, actually. That was a lot of great. Started off real strong. I mean, like the pumpkin spice, man, that hit home. But now we're gonna finish off the day with this little quiz for the boys.
Yeah. So let's see. The quiz I'm looking at says It's a Sporkle quiz for those that love the Sporkle. This is how you get through school and class. So it says cartoon taxonomy quiz. So it says reducing the criteria as you go. Can you pick the only character that fits all remaining criteria? So we'll see how this goes. Should be interesting for sure.
I'm not gonna need to see anything. You're just gonna be able to tell me.
Yeah, I'll just read it. Our timer might run out, but we could reset it if we need to.
True.
So it says kingdom, animal, phylum, chordata, class, mammal, order, carnivore, family. Yeah, I got to remember what all these things are. Species, Leo. Some of the options are Bart Simpson, Daffy Duck, Simba, Squidward.
So we have to pick one character out of these that fits the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then after we pick one that's right, then it goes down and so on and so forth till there's one thing left.
I think so.
All right. Well, I think the first one would be.
It's not letting me scroll, so let me reset this real quick.
All good. Wouldn't the first one be Mufasa? Is that not right?
So the first one's definitely one of the cats. Because Leo, Panther,
so
Tigger, Simba, Tom. It's probably Simba.
I feel like it's Simba because he's the.
That's right. We got Simba on the first
one for one.
So now they took away the bottom one. So it's still a cat, I think. It's probably Tigger. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it seems like that because.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Next one, still Felidae, which I assume is feline.
And it's Tom from Tom and
Tom
Jerry.
is still there, so we'll go with Tom. All right. Then we got carnivore. So it's now we have Animalia, Chordata, Mammalia, and carnivore. So we got Yogi Bear, Squidward, Daffy, and Bart Simpson left.
I'm feeling like it's the bear.
I'm feeling it's that.
Because I was thinking it was Bart. Because obviously we
Yogi, and then
I think it's.
Then it's probably Bart.
I'm assuming Bart.
Yep. Then we got Kingdom and Phylum left. So Animalia and Chordata.
I'm assuming.
I think.
I have no idea what Chordata is.
I forget what Chordata is, not going to lie. I'm going to go and think it's.
All right, we're saying the same time.
We got.
What Daffy Duck?
Daffy is.
It's a dog.
It's a duck. Squidward is a fish.
Do you know what the first word is? Because I don't know what that word is either.
It's just an animal, so it's obviously both. Both of them are animals.
No. I'm sorry. What's Phylum?
Phylum. Yeah, Chordata. I forget which Chordata is. So I'm thinking it's Daffy though, for some reason.
Let's go with Daffy.
Yep, and then Animalia, Squidward, and we got 100%.
We went 7 for 7.
Average score
is 75.
75%. We got it. For not remembering my all my animal species things, we still figured it out.
I didn't know any. I just went context clues.
And then
damn straight. So
if you want to do one more, I got a Space Jam quiz.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do our Space Jam quiz.
So we got a BuzzFeed Space Jam quiz. It says it's time to find out how well you remember the first Space Jam movie. So the first question is, where is Michael Jordan when he first gets pulled into the Looney Tunes world?
That man's golfing.
A football pitch, a golf course, basketball court, or swimming pool?
That man's golfing.
Golf course. That is correct. What is the name of the Looney Tunes basketball team? Toon Squad. Where do the Nerd Lucks live? Who are the Nerd Lucks?
I think it's the little guys.
Okay.
The little.
They live on
the guys that turn
so
into
we got
like the
Monster
monsters.
Avenue, Moron Mountain, Martian Mountain, or Alien Alley.
Moron Mountain.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Moron Mountain. That's correct. What number is on Michael's jersey?
I'm gonna go with 23.
Really?
I hope.
Correct. What does Lola Bunny hate being called?
Doll.
This doll.
Doll.
What color does Daffy suggest his team wear? Pretty sure he says purple and gold.
Maybe. Oh yeah, because he comes out
like the Lakers.
With the
And what sport does Michael Jordan leave basketball for?
Baseball.
That's right. And what do the Monstars call MJ to annoy him?
Baldy.
Mm-hmm.
Bald.
Call them washed up Baldy. And then says, which pro basketball player does not make a cameo in the movie? Larry Bird, Charles Barkley, Magic Johnson, Patrick Ewing. It's Magic.
It's Magic.
And then what item of clothing does MJ think is lucky? Shorts. And finally, which actor voices Mr. Swackhammer? Danny DeVito, Bill Murray, Dustin Hoffman, Jeff Goldblum. Pretty sure it's Danny DeVito. Yeah. That's all 11.
Yeah, that was me and Vincent live on Space Jam. That was easy for us.
We scored better than 100% of all other quiz takers, meaning I don't think anyone else took the quiz but us.
Damn, we are cooking. And we're gonna come out with more fun quizzes too from now on. We're gonna try and make the Unfiltered show is obviously about sports, but we do want to make it kind of personal too. We don't want to make it all about sports. You know, we have a lot of listeners and we want to reach everybody. So we're gonna try and incorporate some more fun things like quizzes, like pop culture quizzes. Maybe we'll do a quiz on like actors, singers, rappers, dancers, whatever. Movies, TV shows, whatever you guys want us to do. If you guys have any requests or you guys want us to take a quiz that you guys have taken, put it in the comments and we'll take it on the show. But other than that, I mean, thank you all for stopping by and watching as usual.
Yeah, thanks for the support. Thanks for listening. Keep watching on YouTube, listening on Spotify, Instagram. Follow us for all updates. TikTok. Eventually, we'll get there.
We will.
We'll figure out some cool things to do. Until TikTok gets banned anyway, so it might not matter. But thanks for drinking straight from the tap. We're unfiltered.